Bueno, hola y bienvenidos de nuevo a otro episodio de We Watch Shutter. Mi nombre es Michelle y ¿quién está aquí conmigo?
It's JD.
Es JD. Bien.
Oh my God, that Duolingo's working out for you, Michelle.
Google helped a little bit.
Okay, fair enough.
I understood what I was saying, but if you had asked me to say that all at once, no way. No, there's definitely a processing time.
Yeah, here's the thing about it is I've mentioned before that I took 3 years of Spanish in high school, and here's what's interesting about that is I can't hardly speak a lick of Spanish from 3 years of Spanish classes, but I did learn enough that if somebody speaks the language slowly and jittery enough that I can follow and deduce what the specific words are that are being said, because obviously if you're a native speaker of a language, you speak it more fluidly. It tends to have a little bit more of a pace and a rhythm to it. But as long as I can hear, if somebody takes their time and speaks the words very slowly for me, I can at least understand what I actually, I mean, obviously I also know a lot of what you were supposed to be saying there, but I'm just saying I was pretty pleased with the fact that I understood a decent amount of your Spanish, and now I'm just, begging for attention again. Let's get the therapy out of the way, Michelle.
An important question, JD.
What's the important question?
So, in case the listeners have not caught on, today's movie was in Spanish. Did you watch it on YouTube with the Spanish or English subtitles?
I watched this movie twice. I watched it once with no subtitles at all. That was the second time. The first time I watched it with the English auto translate, and oh my God, was that a delight! For the fact that it was a terrible attempt at an auto translation and sometimes incredibly hilarious. But no, that's how I watched it the first time, is with the English auto translate.
I only watched it with the Spanish subtitles because I did not realize there was an auto translate option until halfway through, and then I realized that it would probably be a terrible experience.
Oh, Michelle, if you find yourself bored sometime, I realize we haven't even told people what the movie is called, but if you do find yourself bored with about 15 minutes to spare one of these days, go back and watch it with the English auto translate. It's hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
What are we talking about, Michelle?
We watched Halloween and La Vida Real.
Halloween and La Vida Real, courtesy of, I'm not sure if it's specifically a YouTube channel or if it's just a production team that has a YouTube channel. They're called Changovision, 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 and Halloween and La Vida Real. Getting into the Michael Myers here.
It is, it is a Halloween fan film, because that is what we did this week. We reviewed fan films. All 6 of them are recorded and done. We're definitely not doing them out of order. This is the Friday one.
Sweet.
Yep, we know that for sure because we recorded them in order.
Right on. Guys, so just again, quick fair warning, we're not doing a spoiler-free section. We're just going to dive right in and talk about this movie, this Halloween franchise fan film. So if you don't want any spoilers, get out now. Michelle, you want to do a quick summary of this one?
Yeah. Some guys are getting chased by Michael Myers, and they're very silly about it, and some murder happens.
Yeah,
it's Halloween, but Spanish and shorter. Yeah.
I mean, that's more or less exactly what it is. A couple of, this. Okay, so first of all, we need to be very clear. This is a sort of a parody or a horror comedy. Look, this is the impression I got from this. I was sitting there watching it, and I was like, oh, this feels like a full production sketch comedy sketch, just extended out to a little bit longer, where they're definitely playing off the Halloween franchise, but it's supposed to be kind of goofy and ridiculous and fun. And I guess that's my question for you right out the gate here, Michelle. Did you find this movie to be fun and enjoyable?
I really did.
I loved it. It was great. I'm so glad to hear that.
I didn't know that we had a horror comedy on the list. I don't remember if this is one I found online or if it was recommended to us, but I am happy that we watched it because, oh man, the second I saw a terrible wig and a gigantic mustache and overacting while speaking Spanish, I was like, yep, okay, this is great. This is awesome.
Michelle, let me tell you, because I'm the one who put that film on the list. Let me tell you how this happened, because we decided we were going to do this whole week on franchise fan films. And so I was looking around for fan films of some different franchises that we didn't have entries on the list for yet. And I wanted to do one that was a Halloween fan film because, of course, I'm not the biggest fan of the Halloween franchise overall, but I do think that the original 1978 John Carpenter's Halloween is one of the greatest pieces of cinema ever produced in any genre whatsoever. But
I disagree, but continue.
Yeah, I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said I disagree, but continue.
I will stab you like Michael Myers, Michelle.
I'm not even joking this time, but continue. How'd you find this movie?
So we were watching, or I was looking for it, and all of the fan films that I could find that people said were good and worth watching were all like 45 minutes to an hour long. And we're trying to focus on shorts here this month, and we kind of said we don't want to do anything that's more than about a half an hour long. And I was looking around and trying to find something, and that's exactly what happened, Michelle. I saw this link to Halloween and La Vida Real, and I was just like, okay, let's just see what this is. It's about 15 minutes long, 16 minutes. I watched about 30 seconds of this with the weird wigs and the makeup and got an impression of what it was about, and I was like, this is a movie we need to watch this week for sure. It's ridiculous and silly. Interestingly accurate, I found it to be, and this is, man, I can't believe I'm analyzing this Chongovisión hilarious Halloween parody film this way, but it seems like the way they told the story was kind of a hybrid of like the original John Carpenter's Halloween and the first David Gordon Green Halloween back in 2018. The Michael Myers here definitely has that 2018 style mask and is super fucking stabby violent, like he is in that movie, and it has obviously the place burning down, but then he escapes at the end. But they've sort of done that kind of thing before.
Mal nunca muerte. Evil never dies.
Yeah, so you've got three dudes who survived this because those are the Chongovisión guys, and they're the stars of their shorts, and I don't have a problem with that. It's silly and ridiculous. But you can also tell that this is a group of guys who, even though these things are ridiculous, they also take them very seriously. This is one of the most super indie films we've watched this entire month. But it has spirit and energy and clearly a respect for the things that it's parodying. I just had such a great time with this, and it definitely makes me want to go check out more things from Chongovisión.
I don't like Halloween, but I do like this one. This is my favorite one in the franchise.
Oh my God, Michelle, you and I are going to have a long conversation at some point about whether or not we can legitimately continue this podcast.
He's a guy in a William Shatner mask. I could put on a William Shatner mask and be Michael Myers. Also, he's a Canadian comic actor, and this is what he does in his spare time. He makes Austin Powers, and then he goes and murders people. That's problematic.
Are you done, Michelle?
Yeah, I've said my piece. I just find Halloween so boring. He just walks so slow, and he's just got a knife. It's not creative. He's just, I'm 5'3". All big lumbering dudes can be scary.
I will fucking stab you like Michael Myers. I'm kidding. It's fine.
Well, he's gonna, if you're like Michael Myers, I will outwalk you and it'll be fine.
Look, Michelle.
That man does not run.
It's not my fault that you are too young to understand what's good.
I think I was just like, oh, that Michael Myers movie is as common on the TV as like a home video. So I just feel comfort from him, and I feel no terror whatsoever. I'm like, oh, this reminds me of my childhood.
I have seen the original 1978 John Carpenter's Halloween on the big screen on Halloween Day, something like 5 years running, except for the year of COVID, obviously, and I'm very much looking forward to doing that same thing again this year. It's anyway, guys. There's really not a whole lot to tell you about this, except, like I said, it is a pretty faithful recreation of a short film version of Halloween. There are some scenes that are just aped entirely. Some other things that are unique to this. Just a super good time. And I don't know, Michelle, did you happen to look? Are there other like specific horror franchise parodies that they have done?
If I am recalling, I don't remember if there was horror, but there is a lot of parody videos. One thing to point out would be the Grimace horror things that they had made, and there's some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ones. It seems like they just do a lot of parody stuff.
That's dope.
And I do want to go watch more of it. I haven't had time yet, but I liked this a lot. It was silly.
It was super fun.
Just give a guy a gigantic mustache, and it's, you know what? I would love the Halloween franchise if he had a gigantic silly mustache. I would be on board. That would be my favorite horror franchise. If he's a big lumbering guy, dead eyes behind a William Shatner mask, gigantic lopsided mustache. Oh man, that would be scary. That would truly be scary. That's not a guy just finding a mask. That is a guy finding a mask and then accessorizing the mask. That is a man dedicated to his craft. I would have questions about why he chose that. If he put on a silly hat, I would be like, dude, what is the message you're trying to send? That would be psychological horror that I could get behind. Give that man some accessories. Like him in like a gigantic trench coat, I'd be like, why that? It's July. It's not even Halloween. Are you not warm in that? And he's also got like his jumpsuit on underneath it. Man, I just need him to have different clothes. He's just not scary. And like, but he could be. He absolutely could be. There's potential there. Somebody get a hold of the creators. Let them know Halloween could be big, but they just need to make a few changes, starting with a silly mustache.
I'm just over here trying to figure out how I'm going to explain this to John.
Oh, he knows. He knows I'm broken.
Oh, no, I mean, like, when I inevitably murder you Michael Myers style, how I'm going to explain that.
Oh, yeah,
John.
He wouldn't be surprised. He knows I'm broken. He'd be like, oh, what did she do to get murdered Michael Myers style? I saw this coming. I have a life insurance policy. It's fine. He'll be good.
It's fine. He'll probably appreciate that I helped him out like that. Anyway, guys.
Exactly. He'll be like,
go check this out.
Because of her terrible opinion on slashers. Yeah, I don't like slashers. I don't get it.
The one thing I don't know that I understand why it's called Halloween in real life. I just I didn't really understand that, or if it was just.
There's a whole exchange. They said like it's like the guy from the Halloween movies, and he came to life.
Oh right, like he's from the.
They exist in a world where the Halloween movies exist, and also
I gotcha.
Now he's out there walking around. I don't know why, but his lifeless eyes in this short, I mean, it's basically the same mask, but somehow he looked hilarious compared to the movies. There was something
fabulous.
In his eyes. Like, he just looked insane, and I don't even know if that guy was acting or if it was just very silly in context. But great. Great short film. I don't have much to say about it because I did watch it with the Spanish subtitles, and so I laughed a lot but did not get a lot of it. And you know what? That's what I wanted. I didn't care about the story. Just let them be like, with big mustaches. It was great.
It's just fun and
so
ridiculous.
Silly.
And I've just been kind of scrolling through their YouTube channel, and first of all, holy shit, they've done a lot of stuff. But one that jumped out at me immediately is they have a Scream fan film that is also titled Scream and La Vida Real. And that's going on my playlist for immediately after we're done with this episode.
Awesome.
Do you want me to send you the link?
Going to sleep. Oh, I'll find it. I am on their channel. I will be subscribing to their channel. I made a lot of notes of things that I want to see. I'm interested. I'm on board. Take me on this ride.
Make sure you tag Chongo Vision and all the things, Michelle. Apparently they're big on Instagram.
Oh, shit. Well, I absolutely will be. And I hope that they appreciate my terrible Peggy Hill introduction to this episode. I don't even bother trying to speak Spanish. I understand it a lot better than I say it because I know I will never say it correctly. And when I'm speaking, I sound like Peggy Hill. I'm like,
wonderful.
Hola, mi amo es Michelle.
Michelle, have you ever seen those videos? I think they probably came from TikTok. Was that girl who like does a really incredible Dora the Explorer impersonation, but then like it's supposedly like people are annoyed by it, so then they throw things at her while she's doing it?
Yes.
Oh my God, it's so great. Hola.
Hey, JD, let me tell you about this TikTok on this completely audio platform. Have you seen that one where somebody picks up their cat and their cat's doing something dumb and then they say, look at my son. Pride is not the word I'm looking for.
No.
It's a Hamilton bit, and it's really good.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
now you tell me a TikTok that you saw that people can't see.
Yo soy Dora. Can you say, ¿Puedes hacerme un sándwich? That means, can you make me a sandwich? And then she gets smacked in the face with a couple of pieces of bread. It's fucking great. Anyway, guys.
I would love to get hit in the face with bread.
Talk to John. I'm sure he'd be more than happy to oblige you. Michelle, I gotta watch this Chongo Vision Scream film.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go hit myself with some bread and just make my husband question a lot of his choices.
I think that's a fantastic idea, Michelle. Say goodnight, Michelle.
Good night, Michelle. Buenos noches.
Oh, Michelle, we still gotta give this movie a score. Oh my God, we almost got out of here without giving this one a score, and that would have been 2 in a row. Holy crap.
Awful.
What are you giving this one?
Format. No, you go first because I don't know.
As a horror comedy, I really enjoyed it. I'm giving this one a 4.25.
Sweet. I was going to do 4. So
Sweet.
4 sounds good so that we're not just boring whole numbers. So it gets a quattro.
That gives it a 4.125 average.
That I don't know how to say.
Pretty damn good. Well done, Chongo
Yeah, pretty
Vision.
damn good. I loved it. I want to see more of their stuff.
Now are we ready to
go?
go?
For real.
All right, say goodnight,
Yes,
Michelle.
I have to go hit myself with bread. Buenos noches, Michelle.
We Watch Shudder is a production of Rat Factory Media, your home for all of today's Rat Factoryist podcasts. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests of We Watch Shudder are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of Rat Factory Media. But wait, aren't Rat Factory Media and We Watch Shudder the same people? Shut your cake hole, Charlie. Nobody asked you. We Watch Shudder is available free on all major podcast platforms, and the easiest way to support We Watch Shudder is also free. Just leave a rating and review on your platform of choice. Merge your consciousness with ours on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. We're at We Watch Shudder on all those social media platforms. Or find us the old-fashioned way, on the web at WeWatchShudder.com or by email at mail@WeWatchShudder.com. Heck, you can even leave us a voicemail at 701-566-9510. No, seriously, 701-566-9510. Try it if you dare.